Howdy friends, welcome back to the show. Sorry I haven't been around a little while. We'll spare the details, just a lot of life changes and stuff, but we are back and it's time to get to work. Today we are located at a home that I frequent at least a couple times a year, and the cause is because of a kitchen drain problem. This lady has had an ongoing problem for a long time. Every last time that I've been here, I've had to snake this kitchen drain out from the roof and got big, huge clumps of nasty, hard, white grease out of here. She is on septic. We're set up, we're going on the roof, and I'm going to show you how bad these homes can get if you don't properly treat them. Now, the reason why we're doing this from the roof is because the kitchen line runs about 60 feet underneath the house, the other side, to a septic tank. And use my little hand snake just ain't gonna cut the deal. You're gonna see why I have to do this from the roof and use a larger snake. Pay attention. Now, like I said, you can see grease. This isn't quite as bad as what it has been in the past, but I'm looking at some other stuff. Look up inside this head. It looks like there may be possibly some signs of roots. I don't know whether that came out of the septic system or maybe there's something wrong with the line. The roots have gotten in there and now it's starting to really start causing problems and stuff. See that? It looks like roots, and you can see it kind of all wrapped up inside of the snake there. So between the roots of the grease, now we have roots that are being introduced into this line. So there may be other issues that are happening here. I'm going to go ahead and go downstairs and fill up that basin with water, hot water, and see if it'll drain. Further review, instead of those being roots that I think were in there, I believe that is hair And I think I picked that stuff up because we made it into the septic tank, and it pretty much hair ends up in that tank. So I don't really believe that was in the line. This is stuff that probably got picked up once I made it into the tank. But you can see how much grease. That ain't really half as bad as what I've seen this. So let's go test that sink.
Everybody who was working was sent home, and we had over
Well, I'd have to say we're pretty successful on that one. Everything went down. You saw how nice and quickly that drained. I think there was just something that was clogging the line. Let me get broke down and get on the ground and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Now, if you watch any of my videos, you've heard me say before, be very careful when you're snaking a line out. That's on septic because you don't want to get your snake stuck inside of the tank. Now, I'm going to look down here at the snake and I'll show you how far we made it into the tank. There's the head, and if you can see that little trail right there that has hair in it that got picked up in the septic. So we made it into there about 3 feet, and the rest is clear. So we were safe. We made it in the tank. We didn't make it so much that we ended up getting it stuck in the tank with a snake. All right, let me take just a minute and try to explain a couple things to you. Why does this lady keep getting kitchen stoppages? Well, for the longest time, it's because of grease and problems. This is by far the best I've seen this. Every time they come out here, we pull big chunks of grease out. Well, that wasn't the case this time. I think it's a possibility she may have a little bit of a back pitch on that kitchen line. This house was built mid-70s, maybe early 80s. There's other things as well, such as maybe the drain field for this particular septic is beginning to have root invasion to a point where maybe it's not filtering it out as much as what it should. Let me show you something. Large trees that are in the vicinity of the septic system and the drain field, and those roots will travel and travel and travel until they find water and get involved there with that septic drain field, causing it not to be as productive as what it should be. But after 40 years, what do you expect? Well, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching the video. Hope you learned a little bit about this and that and ever. It's just regular kitchen stoppage, like I've said before in the past, and I'll say it again so I'm blue in the face. The kitchen drain in any house, no matter how old or new it is the dirtiest drain in the house. Especially if you're on septic, you need to be mindful of things such as your kitchen drain with grease, especially if you have a garbage disposal, which is going to cause more problems down the road. Got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and don't forget to keep plumbing.